Hey everyone, Daz here, and just as a follow-up to the last video where I said that I'd started running, one of the things I wanted to share with you is that I recently went to a local running store where I was given some specific advice on the type of footwear that I needed to suit my running style. So I'd really recommend that if you are someone now that we're getting into the springtime and maybe you're thinking about going outside and starting running again, or increasing the amount of running you're doing, really recommend that you go to a local running store where they can advise you on the correct type of footwear for you. So what I did was I went there and I went on the treadmill, and they do what's called a gait analysis. So they look at your running gait, which basically means they look at the way in which that you run and what happens to your foot when you make contact with the ground. And I was told that I have what's called a neutral running gait. So if I just take the trainer, and you can see it here, when you're running, everyone is going to do something called pronation, which is where you roll your ankles slightly inwards, and that's a natural shock absorption approach that we use to help to absorb the shock from when we're landing, when we make contact with the ground. In my case, I have a fairly typical neutral running gait, which means that I do pronate but not excessively. If you had pronated excessively, so you overpronate, you would be recommended to have a stability shoe, so a motion control shoe that would give you extra support. In my case, because I have a neutral running technique, I was recommended this particular running trainer. Now, I should say, these running trainers are not cheap. It's £120, and of course that is a significant investment. But what I always say to people is, if you are going to do something that is going to be a sustainable part of your lifestyle, then why not invest in getting the right footwear? Because it's going to reduce your risk of injuries, it's going to make you more comfortable, and it's going to help you maximize the exercise that you're doing. So I hope you found that useful, and of course, if you've got any more questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me.